guys, so today I am going to show you my grocery haul. I have gone to the grocery stores. I never really get everything at one place, but I went and got my stuff for the week, and really all of this will probably last me more than a week, plus I'm buying food for me and Christian, so when you're seeing all this, keep in mind it might not all be consumed within 1 week. Plus, I do a lot of cooking for Mind Over Munch, so a lot of that is in addition to regular eating and stuff. So anyways, I just wanted to show you kind of what things I buy at the store, and I'm gonna try and make this as fast as possible. I know sometimes I can ramble, so I'm just gonna go through it as quickly as I can and show you my haul. Okay, first up is the milk section, none of which are dairy. I've got cashew, soy, and almond milk. I use cashew milk in smoothies. I use soy milk really just for drinking. I only really buy it if it's on sale because it can be kind of pricey. All of these kind of are. And almond milk, which I use for everything else. So cooking, baking, cereal, whatever. Almond milk is my best friend. So I have some regular old eggs here, and then some egg whites, and what I call them are egg yellows. These are not egg beaters. These are actually egg whites that are colored yellow using beta carotene. So I've got some Daily Greens juice, which I've never tried, but I love the Bolthouse Farms carrot juice, and I've been trying to get more veggies in again. Hopefully that is a good one. Then I've got bread. I use Ezekiel bread for myself, which is sprouted grain bread. And if you want to know more about choosing bread, you've got to check out my How to Choose Bread episode. Then I've got some wraps. I have these extreme wellness, high fiber, low carb wraps. And I usually try to get whole wheat, but the whole wheat in this brand also contain enriched bleached flour. So I just decided if it's not true whole wheat anyway, I might as well get the lower carb. Then I've got a little more dairy. I've got my non-fat Greek yogurt, my low-fat cottage cheese, good protein snacks, and then I've got some garlic hummus. Christian loves hummus, and I like it too. Sometimes I make my own, but this week I'm going with his. And we've got our turkey pepperonis, which are great snacks. We love to dip them in hummus, eat them plain, whatever. High protein, low calorie snack. Then I got some jam, which is no sugar added jam. This is just sweetened with strawberries only. There's no artificial sweetener, no natural sweetener, nothing. It's just strawberries. Then I have my turkey sausage crumbles. These are my new best friend. I usually just cook up my own meat, but when I'm making eggs, sometimes I want to throw some sausages into the frittata. And these turkey crumbles have really good stats, lots of protein in one serving, and they're already crumbled up and pre-cooked for you, so it's really easy. Cheese. I don't eat a lot of cheese, even though I love it, but I do eat these thin Swiss slices because it's still full fat cheese, so it's really delicious, but it's just sliced a little bit more thin, so you can still enjoy it on a sandwich without having to use the full sized slice. More protein. We've got this week extra lean ground beef. So this is 96.4, which is about the leanest you can get. And I'm going to make a very special recipe with this. I'm not even gonna tell you yet because I'm gonna share it on Instagram. And extra lean, ooh, it got ripped off. But this is extra lean ground turkey breast, which I use all the time as a substitute for beef. I don't usually cook that much beef and red meat at home because I like to get it when I go out. But this week for Mind Over Munch, I'm doing something special. We've got some lettuce and spinach, baby spinach, hydroponic lettuce. It's just butter lettuce, but I just like the way it tastes. And a rotisserie chicken. So if you've got my new meal prep ebook, I gave this as a tip. This is a great way to have easy access to protein all week long. These are already cooked. You get them in the like the produce / deli section of your grocery store, and it's a fully cooked chicken, and you just peel off the skin and the meat right off the bone. It's ready to be eaten. So I do that almost every week. Christian and I do that. Broccoli slaw. This is one of my ultimate favorite ways to get the veggies in. This is broccoli, carrots, red cabbage, all shredded up already. So you can use this for anything, salads, frittatas, and it's already cut up for you. You can cook it, but you don't need to. One of my favorite snacks, sugar snap peas. I just eat these raw or dip them in hummus or whatever, a little Greek yogurt dip. They're really good and they're a little bit sweet, so it's nice. And if you're craving crunch, like if you really like chips like me, these I have found are one way that I satisfy the crunchy craving. I got carrots and celery. I don't really like carrots and celery. I don't really eat them plain, but this week I'm going to experiment with some juicing, which you may see in a future episode in the series, so keep an eye out. But we'll be doing some experimenting. Butternut squash. While they're still around, these are always great and they last forever. So even if I get it this week and I don't use it for like a month, it's fine. We've got some broccoli, some avocado, some sweet potato. A good note on sweet potatoes, I always try to buy the small ones, unlike these big ones, because the small ones, even though this is small, this is actually a normal regular sized sweet potato. This is probably 1 serving. This is probably like 4 servings. So a lot of people think, oh, this is just a medium sized sweet potato, but this is actually huge. So I try to just get these from the start, so if I want to eat a whole sweet potato, I got 1 serving right there. We've got our peppers. We eat a lot of peppers in this house. Red, orange, yellow, green, and some tomatoes. Ooh, a fun tip on peppers. Did you know that green, yellow, orange, and red peppers are actually all the same, but they start out green, then they turn yellow, then they turn orange, then they turn red, and they acquire more nutrients as they turn. So the red ones have the most micronutrients in them. It's pretty cool. Moving on, we've got some fresh strawberries, bananas, apples, and pomegranates while they're still in season. Frozen vegetables. These are great because they're just as nutritious, but they're frozen, so they're super cheap. Great for soups. Christian wanted raisins this week. I'm not super nuts about raisins, but it's fine. Brown rice. I always get the minute brown rice because it is easy. It is still, instant brown rice is still just as nutritious, but it's way easier to cook. When I'm doing meal prep, I do not have like hours and hours to cook rice. I know it doesn't take hours, but you know what I mean. Anyways, oat bran. This is what I use every morning for oats or overnight oats. I just prefer it. We've got some grapes. I always buy the small ones because I think they taste better. And finally, some canned goods. Also super nutritious, super cheap. So, I can't believe we made it. How long was that? You didn't have to stop the cameras, that's good. All right, so we made it. That is my haul for the week. I am going to definitely do some meal prep with this right now. If you didn't see last week's vlog video, it was a meal prep video, so you may want to check that out. And again, if you haven't checked out my meal prep ebook yet, it gives you a lot of great tips and tricks to help you on your meal prepping journey. Alright guys, so before we close out this week, I want to do a quick check-in on the January Kickstart Challenge. Remember to tag photos and posts if you tweet me anything, hashtag 2015 Kickstart and hashtag mindovermunch so that I can see what you're up to. Your new PDF, it is your week 3 check-in. You get one of these every single Sunday, which means next week you only have 1 more in the month, and then we have our final check-in and assessment evaluation at the very end. So print this off, fill it out, compare it to the previous 2 weeks, and then comment below and let me know how it's going for you. What has been the toughest thing? What has been the easiest thing? And are you on track to succeed? Because we have pretty much exactly 2 weeks, just barely less than 2 weeks to finish out on our January goals leading up to our ultimate resolutions. I am so excited to see how you guys are doing, so definitely let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the haul and you want more like this. Be sure to check out everything else in the series, and remember, we have more coming at you every single day in January. So be sure to subscribe so that you do not miss a beat. See you tomorrow.